of elimination.
Yeah.
And I'm
Sure. Sounds good. Sounds
Um,
good.
so overall, I've got 4, and I'm debating between, like, obviously I'm going to take out 2, but I'm
Sure.
debating between like a capture point on Nepal and then Circuit Royale. Neither of them were super close, but I feel like Circuit Royale was a little bit more like, I don't know what to do for the first half of this. Then it got
Yeah.
better, then it got worse again. And then
Yeah.
Nepal was kind of just, I don't think our team really got it together the entire game. So,
Yeah. So there's like a really interesting way of looking at it where like you can look at like VOD review being most effective from close games because we can really address like the meaty habits that you have when you're just kind of you're fighting but you're not stressing in either way.
okay.
But then there's also like bad games can be good insight as to being like, okay, like this, I didn't know what to do strategically, right? I wasn't sure what I was supposed to do and kind of provide some closure there. But we can dance around as much as you like. We don't have to stay married to either one or the other.
Okay. Um, and then on the flip side, there's one game where it went well, and
Yeah,
I would say that it was close.
sure.
It's probably ego speaking, but I feel like I did all right. But there's a certain amount of like, oh, you're in the
Yeah,
back line too much, which I agree with. I have a
yeah, yeah.
little bit of a spawn camping habit, to be
I mean, if
honest.
it works, it works, you know? So, okay. Yeah, I mean, we can
Wow,
look at that too.
maybe not necessarily always works in my case, but
No, I
I
understand.
mean,
Yeah, whatever.
um,
Whatever works. We can get it pulled up if you'd like to start, and then getting it pulled up, we can start to kind of grind away at some of your questions you
let's
might have beforehand.
guess we'll do that latter one.
Sure.
I think it's Route 66. This should be the right code,
Yeah, no worries. If not, we'll
and
sort it
then
out.
I'll be able to tell pretty early on.
Ooh, look
I
at that.
probably don't need Overwatch open right now, do I?
Not likely, especially given this is our first session. I do like
Okay.
live coaching a lot, depending on the student, but it depends. So we're probably fine.
Yeah, this is the right one. This is good.
Okay. Tracer, is this Tracer all the way through, or do you bounce around here? Because I see Tracer Genji in your
This,
form.
yeah, this is Tracer all the way through. I think I'm like
Yeah.
I've been moving away from Genji. Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. He's fun and everything, but he sort of, I don't think the SR is super accurate necessarily. But I mean, like, Tracer's just more fun. I guess it's like
Sure.
even when I'm not having a great game, it's just the neutral is pretty entertaining.
I mean,
So
that's it, right? Like that's the only question that needs to be answered. Do you have fun, Tracer? Okay, play. You know, so it's like, okay, sure.
yeah.
I mean, I think having a hero pool is relatively important since hero bans, but like by hero pool, I mean it can literally just be a puddle, right? It could just be 2 heroes, right? So
Yeah.
you could play Genji when Tracer's banned, and that's it. I mean, that's fine. It's not optimal.
Yep.
That's fine. No problem. Okay. I want to understand the game better, less concerned with micro mistakes. I want a better grasp on the macro. Okay, perfect. I mean, this character is amazing at explaining macro from. In fact, a lot of my macro understanding myself came from coaching Tracer for the 75,000th time. So there's a reason why I actually really like coaching Tracer, because it's really fun to kind of discuss macro within the concept of the whole angling and stuff. So now, just to hammer down hero pool here, what is Tracer playtime looking like compared to other characters? And I know that you'd even mentioned a couple other characters besides Genji.
It was like
How
Freya
does
and
that look?
Sojourn, I think.
Yeah. Freya Sojourn.
Just like quick anecdote to get my thoughts together. I learned the game through playing Tracer, basically. I mean, I got an Overwatch like a few months after Overwatch 2 came out, so it was a lot of it's like, and I played the game for Tracer. That's like, I came back to the game because I was like, oh, this character's really fun. I want to play this character, and I died a lot, and then I was like,
Yeah.
okay, well, I kind of gotta, you know. I figured out it was less of a mechanics, like just raw hit your shots, and more
Sure.
stand in the right place and don't be stupid. I think my Tracer level is like 138 or something like that, and my Genji level is like 60 or 70. So I have well over double the playtime on Tracer compared to any other character.
Sure.
Like, yeah, probably like 700 hours at least, I'd say.
Sure. Okay, fair enough. As long as you have like a philosophy or a guideline with the choices that you're making, it's fine by me. Because I mean, you're playing a decent amount per day. At least you were at the time of the forum, so it's fine. Just as long as you know exactly what you're doing with that. Now, where are you at rank wise right now?
Ooh, I played like, I was like plat 1 yesterday, and then I played like, I don't know, 7, 8 games or whatever, and then I was like right at the transition from Diamond 4 to Diamond 3, and then I went back down to like mid Diamond 4. So that's where I'm at right now.
Okay. Are you pleased with your training time right now? Like the training quality that you're bringing to the table?
it's like really inconsistent. That's why I wanted to focus on the macro bits, because it's
Yeah,
just it's very much, and I guarantee this is just like the mood, how I'm feeling, like am I making
sure.
stupid decisions, and then also like how's my aim that day. But there's a lot of games that are like close when I feel like they shouldn't be, kind of like this one, and there's a lot of like sort of death spiral of, oh, I'm losing a game, just one more,
Right,
um,
right, right.
so I wanted
Yeah.
to see if I can kind of, narrow that distribution a little bit.
Yeah, you talk about that with mechanics too in your form too, just inconsistency almost as a whole.
Yeah.
Okay. Mentality is a big issue. Many times I completely lose the plot in terms of what to do.
Mhm.
Okay, so like, I mean, we can look at it within a game context in just a few minutes, but I'm curious, do you have any guesses as to why that's the case? Like, are there any external factors that you're bringing to the table? What's the
There,
case?
I think it's uh oh gosh, there's definitely a lot of like, I'm used to just hanging out on the game. You know what I mean? Like there's a certain amount of just
Yeah.
and I prefer play comp because it's closer. Quick play is kind of boring a lot of the time.
Sure.
So I guarantee there's a lot of games where it's sort of brain off.
Yeah.
And I notice I do a lot better when I just repeat in my head, play like a, you know, like a coward, play like a coward, play like a coward. Except that's not the word
Yeah.
I use. So it's
Yeah.
and those games go a lot better. But then I do reach that point where it's kind of like I feel like I'm playing well, and then I still don't win. So
Right.
there's a certain amount of
Yeah. Yeah. I was seeing that you're looking for like a step-by-step plan kind of a one. You want like a mantra, something that I
yeah.
can just kind of do. I think that's fine because like if you think of a mantra or step-by-step plan as a way to kind of fall back and guide your thoughts, I think that's really good. But it doesn't replace your thoughts, right?
Yeah,
Like
it's context dependent.
so it's like like there's danger even with that because if you say like playing like a coward or take an angle or do this and that, like that, what that does is that's a cue. It's a cue, right? It demands intent behind the cue for it to do something, right?
Right.
If I say safety when you're driving, that doesn't mean, oh yeah, safety. Yeah, okay. No, I mean, it's like wake up, look around, do all the things that you normally do with intent, right? And that the reason that mantras are useful is it's not only is it simplicity, right? It allows you to kind of fixate on the most important things. But actually, mantra is a way for you to interpret more complex things by reminding yourself to be intentional with what you're doing. You kind of get what I'm saying? So when I'm saying angle, I'm not saying turn your brain off and take an angle. I'm saying wake up, take an angle. Which angle? What angle? Where angle? When angle? Why angle? Right? I'm asking you to kind of, it's going to do some complicated processes, but do commit to what you're doing. And so, you kind of talked about like you tend to just play and I'm going to tell you like that if that is a habit of yours, it's not necessarily a habit you have to break, but it is going to be a weakness that we're going to have to address if you're wanting to progress, right? If you're wanting to see more consistency with what you're doing, you are going to have to be intentional with what you're doing. Doesn't matter how much you know.
I think there's that's definitely a big thing that it's not that my big concern is not that there's games where I'm not paying attention and then I don't succeed as a result. It's more, or rather, there's games where I'm not being intentional in the way that I play and I don't succeed as a result. My bigger concern is that because I'm so inconsistent in being intentional, when I am being intentional, I'm not looking for the right things. Does that make sense? So I want to sort of steer towards the right course in terms of, hey, I'm being intentional.
Sure.
I'm awake. I'm aware. What do I do? Because I feel inexperienced
Right.
in terms of
So you're saying
dimension.
if I can know what I need to be intentional with, that will help me be intentional.
Yes. Because I mean, I watch a decent amount of like, I was watching some of the old coaching VODs, and then I watch like, everybody watches like highlights from like proper or whatever ranked gameplay that gets uploaded by OBS Sojourn, etc. But like I see that and I think, oh, there's very little, like it doesn't look like you're committing a whole lot, but the game's played different at a grandmaster level or a champion level, and I just want to make sure that I guarantee there are things that I'm doing that are ineffective, and I want to see if I can cut back on those a lot. And I want it to be a little bit more of like simplifying to make progress as opposed to like getting in my own head too much about it.
I understand that. I mean, honestly, like a lack of clarity is oftentimes a big reason why change is hard, right? So if I can help you with that, then that will be hopefully relatively helpful. But obviously, when we give you clarity, a lot of the clarity is open-ended. Like I will tell you, what you should be looking for, but it is going to it is a skill that you will need to develop to understand the right thing, right? For example, you need to take an angle here, right? But what angle is better? What angle makes the most sense given what you see on your screen? I've coached this game for 12,000 hours, right? So I look at this, I look at the context, and I immediately know where I'm angling with the information that I have. Now, that's me. You may not know that. You might need more time to do that. You might take an angle and it might be the wrong angle, but at least it is an angle, and then we can kind of process this stuff later. So I guess before we jump headfirst into this, because this might be a good way to start, do you have any other questions or anything else that you need to go over, unrelated or anything along those lines here?
Less of a question, more just like a comment.
Mm-hmm.
I recently I've been picking up a lot of games on HitScan, like Ash specifically, Sojourn, etc. I find that I have a way easier time on those characters than I do on Tracer.
Sure.
Like it feels like it's way less stressful for me to sit back and like take an angle that's safer because I'm playing at range on Ash, etc. And then I feel like I also have I have my movement in gear for when people get close to me when I don't want them to, right?
Yeah.
So there might be some things about this that it's like I have a problem with cheating for kills. And I guarantee that's going to be a lot of what it is like I'm like making silly decisions because, like I said, I see a spawn camp that's pretty easy for me to get, or my team's not grouped up yet and I'm going in too early because I can, right? So it's going to be a little bit of a discipline thing.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that's going to be it as well. I mean, it's also like you compare a Tracer to some of those hit scan characters. It is, I mean, you're just simpler. I mean, let's just not cut. I mean, it's not that you're easier necessarily, but it is definitely simpler. So you talk about like mechanics from like a double perspective versus a singular perspective, aim, movement versus just aim for the most part. Yeah, of course it's going to be easier, right? So I wouldn't worry too much about it. I mean, you also look at this perspective of like ranked right now. Ash is also just stronger for most players.
She feels like really, like she just seems all around like pretty good. I was surprised.
Yeah. Okay, let's jump in here. Okay, so angle. I look at the situation. I know immediately where to angle because I've coached this game a million times. But crucially, I will often start rotating without really knowing full context and then adjust as necessary. So I'm already moving towards this right angle. You're already moving towards this right angle without context. And then given the context that I'd seen, I might deepen, right? And I might go accordingly. Now, alternatively, what is your other angle option? What is your other rollout option that you can do in this map blindly?
Mega health pack down.
Right, so you can go mega health pack down. Well, then which situation is this better and which situation is this better? What do you know? You tell me.
I mean, I think if they had like a Junkrat or a Reaper or there's, I know a lot of Cassidy's like to hold, or I've seen a lot of Cassidy hold like that bottom left area. It's like if there's some sort of close range character that's holding that angle, it's really difficult for me to contest. I'm probably going to want to swing right.
What's the downside of swinging right though? You ever been here before?
I mean, less cover, exposure.
Well, no, that's actually not true. That's you're making an assumption here. It's less cover if they're holding where? Where do people often hold here?
The corner where Ash is, or height where Sigma is?
It's height, right? So if you're here, you know cover, okay? But if Ash is where she's at, you have lots of cover because what's the next obvious rotation? Here. You see it? The problem is that doesn't address here. And this is often why, as soon as I roll out here, I see nobody on billboard. I'm immediately flanking here because this entire side of the map is free. Okay. You see what I'm saying? Now, this is the important part, though. Let's say that you go and you rotate and you see people on billboard here. What do you do? Can you make this side work? And if so, how would you approach it?
I think you just be a little bit more of a pest than a kill threat in that situation, no? Like,
sure.
I think that you can bait a lot of attention by just being close to people and kind of making them uneasy, right? Because I mean, Tracer.
But who are you close to from this position? Like, if my camera is right here. Okay, so but remember we said people on high ground, right? So this Ash is now assumedly on that high ground. You see the problem here, right?
Yeah.
What I'm challenging you to do is to make the investment that you made on this right side of the map stick. How do you make this work? Ash is on high, Sigma's on high, Anna's where she is, Genji's where he is. What do you do?
My first reaction is to go like below the.
Ooh, so you'd go like here and then got to go to here.
Yeah,
then that's it. You got it. You got it. I mean, you can give me your full thoughts, but I mean, I think you're gonna say cover, right?
Yeah,
So, yeah. You nailed it. And so this is kind of my reasoning for you is that if we're talking about the mantra to kind of provoke thought here, you can go in one of two different directions. In VOD review, we can practice, or even pre-fight, we can practice analyzing the situation and making the best decision. You understand? But in the middle of a game, it might be best to, whatever decision or angle that you have chosen positionally, to think instead about how can I execute in this position optimally? How can I make this work? We've already established this might be the better position if they're on height, but what if you are here and the Junkrat's here and there's no time, and okay, well then how do you get past the Junkrat here? Well, maybe just triple blink right through the son of a gun and just hope that you can live over here. Mm-hmm. That'll work. It's not good, but it'll work.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
Does that make sense? Finish your thought. Finish your thought.
There's definitely like it feels very black and white for me, where it's either I'm on front line, like kind of on a little bit of an off angle, you know, sort of pressing advantage, which works in the context that it works. And then there's a lot of times you'll find this later on where it's like I just live in the backline. Sure. Now I don't die, and I do live, and he's like, you could argue get my distraction value, but it doesn't feel like I'm doing a whole lot. And and I think we can pick that topic back up when we get further on the VOD review. It'll become very apparent. I think I have a note here in my book that says tomfoolery begins around 4 minutes 20. So
okay. Well, we'll talk about whether that was justified given what you knew and what you didn't. So, okay, off angle, good. Nobody here to shoot. We must deepen. This is the problem. There's not enough urgency here. This fight is now starting, and we are not positioned properly. You see the problem? We need to keep going. How did I know we need to keep going? Because we stopped shooting people. Why did we stop shooting people? Because everybody's 55, 60 meters away. We need to move. Why is there hesitation here? Do you remember this game?
I don't know. I think it's just a certain amount of like me playing safe, like waiting to make sure the fight is absolutely started, because I've become hypersensitive to getting involved too early, because I just tend to die like right off beat. So.
Right, and that's a big problem, right? And I would actually go as far to say that it's a big problem that you're dying, not that you're getting involved too early.
Okay.
Getting involved early as Tracer is a mistake, obviously, but you can think of it this way. If you see your team has started the contribution, aka I hear shooting, and you go here, and everybody and their mother just dumps resources into you, you have recall. You have 3 blinks. You should have cover. You should be equipped to absorb that attention and quote-unquote tank for your team. You shouldn't pursue tanking for your team, but this is going beyond the lines of going second to now we're going 4th, 5th, 6th, 7 hours later, nothing's happening. We're doing nothing. That's the problem. Okay. This is a caricature of going second, essentially. And I think it's partly because of the sniper threat, but we didn't even have any information. So by the time we do anything, we're already down a bunch, right? Like we are so incredibly late to this party here. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And the irony with going this deep is that by the time that you did engage, everybody's focused on you. Why?
Because they've already gotten their pick.
Because they've already died, right? Your Malga's already backed off a little bit. He's already taken damage. Your Wing's already dead. Now, I legitimately don't know what this guy's doing.
He's just hanging out. He's vibing.
He's vibing.
This looks like me on Wuyang, actually.
Okay. So we're gonna move along. But yeah, this is not good. Now the rotation, maybe it's okay. Are you approaching from an off angle? Obviously. Are you closing the distance? Yes. Do you have cover? Kind of. It's fine for now. It's fine for now, right? Just a question of timing. Like, if you're not comfortable in these situations as Tracer, then you're not comfortable playing Tracer.
Okay.
You kind of see what I'm saying? Like, you have held Mercy's, Ana's, Ash's, and Genji's attention for 4 seconds. You know? That's good.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. I was like, I was a little bit confused about the context of that statement. Is like, do you mean like from mechanical's perspective, like being able to live while there's people's attention on you, or being in a position where you're like, okay.
Yeah, both. Like, you should not feel emotionally distressed. Oh no, everybody's looking at me. Nor should you feel mechanically strained. I mean, you might be challenged, sure, but at no point should you die here if you don't make a horrific mechanical error. Right? You're using cover well. You're using your blinks. Even a damage boosted. Oh, just barely. Just using your cover well. Using your resources well. This is all fine. I mean, I don't agree with your movement towards the mini. I think you misevaluated your health. I think just simply holding the corner here was perfect, right? But this is good. This is decent Tracer play. Just do it sooner.
So
You know?
Yeah, yeah. What I'm getting from this is like lack of urgency for the
Yeah,
I
yeah,
missed the
yeah,
team fight.
yeah.
I'm late to the party. It's like the
You-
distraction value kind of.
Yeah, right. So like we were criticizing you for doing no damage prior to the fight starting, and then now we're complimenting you on doing no damage. But the difference is that you're actually holding people's attention. That's the difference. Right. We're actually doing something with our downtime. We're fighting. Right. So that's a mistake there. That's unfortunate. But once again, we are technically fighting. The problem here has continually been is that you're not thinking critically about how you need to be angling here. Why are we blinking towards a mini health pack at full HP directly in front of the damage boosted Ashe? Right? This makes no sense.
Right.
And we continue to leave cover as we migrate because this is safety here. This is not safety.
Yeah.
Right? You got to think critically about where is my cover? How can I live? How can I live? How can I live here? And where would that be right now? What would we do?
Just right here in the corner.
Just right here in the corner. Shoot, duck, whatever. Shoot, fight, duck and roll, whatever. So. You're always, when you're playing Tracer, I won't say at death's door, but you are oftentimes 1 or 2 mistakes away from death.
Yeah, especially, I mean, a little bit less so after the 175 HP, but it's not
You're
far
right.
off from what it was.
100%, right? And that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. It's the way to look at it is that you are a tightrope walker, right? How often do tightrope walkers fall off and severely injure themselves? I mean, I'm not familiar, but probably not very often. But it's not through a lack of risk. It's through that they are so incredibly skilled that if they give their full intent without distractions, they almost never fail.
Right.
And that's how you play Tracer, right? It's not that you're purposely taking undue risk. It's that if I'm fully engaged with my movement, with my cover, I just generally am really hard to kill, even versus
you
very
can
good.
manage the risk.
You can manage the risk. Exactly. I mean, it's the same thing we do every day with cars. We'd fly around 65 miles per hour with 2 tons of steel, right? And yet people feel almost comfortable doing that. It's still incredibly risky, and it should demand your full attention, right? But if you give it your full attention, you dramatically reduce your risk of something bad going. It's the same thing with Tracer.
Mm-hmm. This is another thing. I don't think it's worth necessarily an aside for, but there's a lot of moments where I'm kind of just waiting for my team. You know what I mean?
You need to stop doing that. When this is the majority of your team fighting right now. You see it? Now, you might look at this and be like, okay, my Mago is overextended. Okay, yes, but this is 4, and we're starting to take space. You should start taking space as well. Maybe not anything major, risk-wise, but we need to start moving.
So what I'm getting from this is the problem is that I'm doing nothing, not necessarily that I'm, Okay.
And to be clear, whatever you started doing here was really, really good until we just blinked into the open.
Okay.
Right, and then that's kind of begs the question of, were we trying to disengage to safety? Or, was us giving up on our team again, right? I don't know. So
I think it was a disengage for safety because it's like I said, I've become hypersensitive about my own habits. And like I said, I tend to live in the backline, and that happens later on. And there's a certain amount of you get flamed for a lot of stuff in ranked, but it's it's hard for me not to see the point of I'm never with the team, right? That's not to say that I'm never on my team's timing or anything like that, but that's one of the balances I'm trying to strike.
But you see the problem of that. You're looking at something that feels more like a stylistic choice of whether I should be backline or not, and then interpreting that as a priority to correct, not whether you're on your team's timing or not. Okay. Who cares if you're on backline? I don't care. Are you in a short range offense? Are you fighting at the same time as your team? Great. That's it. I don't care whether that's here or here or here or just all the way here. Whatever. In fact, backline is often more valuable, especially as a tracer, right? So if that works, then do it.
Right.
All that matters is pressure output at the right time. That's all that matters. So this is a choice, but as long as you don't freaking die, then I'm cool with that choice, because we're technically still have an angle. So this really kind of comes down to the execution versus the choice thing that we were talking about earlier, where I think objectively this is just a less cover use choice of an angle, right? As we kind of talked about earlier. Anything that involves going underneath, or it's just going to feel better in this situation, right?
Okay.
But to be honest, I don't really care, because you know what we did? We took an angle, we pressured at the same time as our team, and we survived.
Right, okay.
So it worked. I'll go do it again. What are we doing? I know you're down your recall, but that doesn't mean you just turn your monitor off, right?
Right.
You're full HP. You have a blink and a half, 2 blinks now. In fact, you've actually created your own angle because you caused so much chaos. They just didn't hold any space. I mean, look at this team. They're holding no space, right?
But now I'm not capitalizing on the.
Now you're not capitalizing on it. Just walk. Just walk. Like, you don't even need to be doing anything right now if you're walking to a better position. So you've got a choice here. You either use this position to do low risk, low reward value while you're waiting, or use your downtime between cooldowns to improve to a high risk, high reward position later. Your choice. But do something. Either invest your time or use it right now. Your choice. But right now, this is low risk, low reward positioning and low risk, low reward value for no particular reason. Sure. See, right now, we're investing. You see what I'm saying? We're not doing anything right now, but that's because we're improving our output once we get there. You see it?
Okay.
This is meaningful time. Because, yes, we're not doing anything, but once we get here, we're going to do a lot. We are the main character right now. Our Ramatra is of secondary focus, if that makes sense. You see what I'm saying? You are now the tank. What on earth is happening with Steam? You see that?
Yeah.
Regardless, this is good. This is great. So now live. Yes, good. Good. You change angles. Probably didn't need to, but that's fine. One of my rules with Tracer, whenever possible, just for efficiency of uptime, is you need a really freaking good reason to change angle like this. Really freaking good reason. Got a pulse bomb.
As in stop pressuring the Ashe and focus on
this is your lane.
Okay.
This is not your lane. If you had chosen to go from top here and gone for the Ana, and then all of a sudden decided to bail and go for the Ashe, that would be an equally dumb decision. Why?
Okay.
Well, you tell me why.
Because you already committed resources to go to 1. Why would you, like, it's like you're...
Right. It took you 2 blinks to get to where you are already with the Ashe. Mm-hmm. Imagine 2 blinks here with the Ashe. You see what I'm saying? I mean, that's great. That's even more uptime. Now, I think the reason why this is the case, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, is you're getting impatient with the lack of death on Ashe.
For sure. For sure.
But that's fine. That's just the nature of the game. It's 2 for 1. Keep it up. Your team needs this. I mean, I look at this situation right now, and I'm crying for this Ashe to use her Bob. You guys are like, please use her. But the reason she's not using it is because she's not really had the space to do so. Mm. Don't let her get that space. Now, I'm not asking you to ult track here, okay? Because we could also make the same argument about Nano Boost eventually, right? But I don't, regardless, whatever you are positioned to do, that is your responsibility. That's my mantra for coaching this game. And ironically, it's not just about that either. It's also about when you cross lanes like this, your cover usage is not effective.
Yeah.
Because you've effectively pincered yourself. And so now that can kill you. So really good start. Really bad medium doing nothing. Okay. Then we kind of bailed it out, and then we got impatient and tried to solve it immediately afterwards. Mm-hmm. So the good news here is we're still on a good lane, and we still have resources. And as long as we're smart here, we'll be okay. You see, this wasn't a bad play. This is risky, but you see an Ashe that's half, no pocket, you're close, and you have a blink. Is this stupid to fight this?
No.
No, of course not. So. No, of course not. I mean, you're looking.
You just have to be aware of like the.
Yeah. This is a risk, of course. But this is reasonable amount of risk for the reward given here. If this Ashe had pocket, I'd probably keep baiting with her, but I really wouldn't engage. What's my scroll wheel doing? Okay, there we go. Okay, but more importantly here is just more of the mechanics of the situation, right? Where the aim wasn't great, a little bit too much of a clip dump there. Should have been a little bit more cautious, but this is still effective. And so what's happening is we're kind of pulling this out a little bit here. Okay, let me scroll back to one. My scroll wheel. Okay, I'm just gonna have to give up here. My scroll wheel is bugged here. Okay, there we go. It's obnoxious. Okay. Good try with the pulse. It's like you're going through the motions of good mechanics, but you're just failing all the aim parts.
Yeah.
Which is fine. Like, it's going to take practice. So there's a lot of bullets here that are not connecting. And I need you just to be a little bit more deliberate with what you're doing with that clip, right? Now, I'm going to say it. Patch sucked. The patch sucked.
As in...
The nerf sucked.
For the tracer bullet size?
Yes, you can physically see aspects of it right now. Like, this is definitely a dead on a pre-patch. Absolutely, unquestionably. Mm-hmm. But, if anything, let's treat these ankle weights as an opportunity for an effective training ground. You understand what I'm saying?
I
It's
mean,
not
of all the
fair.
nerfs are,
It's annoying,
yeah.
but make it work. Calm your clip.
Yeah.
Calm your clip a little bit. Other than that, I don't really have any complaints. I think you're relatively calculated with how you use your blinks. You just failed. That's it. There's just no way to sugarcoat it. We could have lived this and killed her. The angle was fine, but I think also if you want to look at it from a macro perspective, right, we can really fixate on when you have downtime with your cooldowns, just effectively kind of managing your attention accordingly, not just giving up. And then not crossing lanes, right?
Yeah.
Either one of those mistakes addressed means you comfortably win this fight. I actually really like the concept of turning your attention to whoever's shooting you whenever you can. Like, if that Mercy had been like a third HP, I think you need to finish her off, right?
Yeah.
But I think there's a pretty good argument for, like, okay, I can't just ignore this Ashe. I do have to kind of turn to who the Mercy is pocketing, even as awkward as that may seem, because you know what? Fine. I don't kill her, but at least I keep 2 for 1, right? Yeah, this is good. She's an idiot. Good use of your movement. Again, the clips have to be a bit smoother. You have to pause and allow yourself to realign your crosshair. It's just so much more efficient, and it's just a better way to aim train as well. But yeah, that was fine. Good job.
Thank you.
Any questions so far?
No, but this is after this, it's gonna get a little bit goofy.
Okay. So my main criticism here is more of a map execution problem. Do you see the problem with being in their backline right now?
Well, I'm not sure if there's a problem with the backline, but they're both on high ground. I'm on low ground.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a map,
like, I
right?
gotta long rotate.
You're not doing any damage right now, and you start shooting them, you're still not doing any damage. So the problem is not that you're on backline. The problem is the map means backline right now, at least the current backline position that you're on, doesn't make any sense.
Okay.
So let's cook. Let's say you want to be backline. Okay, make it work. Where do you need to be?
I think I choose to rotate up to Ana, but I think it probably would have been better for me to go to Ashe because it was closer at that point.
You could have gone here. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You can also lurk up here and crouch hide here because this has more accessibility here. So you see the problem is not backline.
Problem is just
Distance.
really roundabout way of going backline.
Yeah, it's just distance. Everything's just too far. That's it. The compromise between backline and frontline is that backline is inherently more distracting and way more lethal, but it also generally is associated with more downtime because you don't have as much accessible support. But that doesn't mean that it's necessarily a bad thing. And in a situation like this, I mean, you may not want to be relying off of your team's support given how fragile this backline is. You may want to go in and apply damage. So the problem here is that you're just not staged to do anything. That's the problem. Like, this isn't like, oh, you're too greedy. You're doing nothing, right?
Yeah.
This fight is starting, right? We can hear shots and bullets and explosions and screams, but we're not doing anything. That's it.
I think you can sort of see the gears turning in my head. It's like, should I?
Well, I don't mind the gears, right? I don't mind the gears, but I think the problem with the gears is that this should have been established sooner, right?
Yeah.
Like, when you hear this,
The pitter patter of feet.
nobody's here. Crud.
Right.
How do I close the gap?
Just go
How do I
for
close
Ashe,
the gap? Yeah, exactly. Just close the gap here. It's the most immediate threat, right? It's awkward. We should have been here to start with, but that would have been the most obvious thing. So, yeah, close the gap. That's it. Close the gap. Whether it's tank, DPS, support, I don't care. Close the gap. Close the
So
gap.
yeah, this is another thing. It's like we've lost a team fight, especially after that Genji got the 2K with the blade. And it's like now I spend a lot of time doing this where I'm just like waiting for my team to come back.
Well,
Like,
right. So this is not bad. This is not bad, but I'm very skeptical of your definition of when you need to be starting to apply pressure. Because right now, obvious not. But let's go. Now you should start distracting. And you can see through walls, right? You can hear guns. This is too late.
Okay.
Right? It's comedic, right? But you know what it is? It's consistent, right? It's consistent because this is what we saw all the way as well. You are waiting because I think what this is I want to. Is this just you being uncomfortable with being the center of attention?
Oh, for sure. Well, it's like there's like I said, it's that inconsistency bit, right? So whenever I'm playing, like my rule of thumb has become, hey, just live, right? Like,
Yeah.
get your value, get your one, and then and that's it. And
Play like a coward. I mean, I'm not
exactly.
gonna point fingers here, but that's not a very good mantra because that tends to be interpreted in the wrong way, right? Just like play like a feeder, or pressure is the only thing that matters, right? Like, let's not speak in absolutes. If we're gonna speak in absolutes, let's give you some absolute concepts, right? Things that are always applicable. Where is my angle? Is my timing good, right? Just always angle, always timing, right? Like always moving, right? Like a mantra for Tracer that might be worth doing in some of your games might be always movement, right? As in, I focus a little bit less on my aim in most of my games, and I just focus on dodging shots, which, as you've seen, even when your aim has been bad, it still looked good, dueling-wise, because you moved well, right?
Okay.
But yeah, don't try to emotionally interpret how you should be playing based off of, cowardice or bravery. It's nonsense. Right. Be strategic. That's the rule, right?
This this image that we got on the screen right now reminds me of, like, you ever see like the cats like behind glass at the zoo or whatever?
Yeah.
Like when they're
There's absolutely no idea. Okay. I mean, even if this works, it's like it's too late. It's too late. It's just too late.
All right.
So. Now, interestingly enough here, this might be the most valuable thing that you have done this entire game because this demands immediate response, and you see it, right? She knows.
I did not expect you to say that at all.
She knows. No. This is the best thing that you've done. As long as you don't die here and that you apply consistent pressure, because look at what you've done.
Yeah, I got good news for you then. This is this is definitely an endeavor of all time.
I shouldn't have got dynamited, frick. Yeah, you play this horrifically. Like, this is just horrific in terms of execution. Like, you got hit by literally every shot, every dynamite, despite having full blinks, recall, the whole 9 yards. But this is still objectively the best thing that you've done in terms of strategy.
Okay.
You want to know why?
Why do you think it was so bad in terms of...
Well, you tell me.
Yeah.
You tell me. So first things
I
first...
feel like it was kind of...
Go ahead.
I think my positioning was pretty bad getting to the Ana.
Right. It's a
right
blink
here.
to engage despite having 6 years to set up.
Right, yeah.
And this is fine here.
Yeah. Ooh, I see what you mean when I shoot it.
Yeah.
Like, I guess it gets really bad here because I'm just like, I didn't expect her to push me like that. So
yeah. Well, I mean, well, she still has resources in pocket and you don't, right? So as soon as we're here, this should just be evasive maneuvers, And then we're moving towards a target or towards a health pack rather than towards cover. I mean, that's silly, right? Like, cover is always more valuable here. So this is just...
It's a little bit more intentional. Like, I should think, hey, this Ana, I didn't think the Ana was going to push me, but hey, if she does, my routing should be, like, I should already have an idea where to go.
Let me try to cheat this answer and give you an easy one, okay? You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of this situation with the Ashe. Remember this? When you blinked here and then just freaking died? It just felt like, hey, everyone's looking at me. I don't prioritize cover enough. I run towards health packs and no. It's fine. Live. Use cover. Waste time. Okay. It feels like just a general unfamiliarity with what to do when you're under a lot of pressure.
Oh, for sure.
That's Tracer, right? So, oh gosh, the Ana would push me. I wasn't expecting dynamite. Just cover. Bait, cover, bait, bait, cover, bait, right? It's nothing really specifically mechanical. Maybe just needing more reps at it.
Okay.
But all that being said, as ugly as this has been, I mean, it's good. It's good. This isn't your fault. He's an idiot. Your team are Neanderthals, but this is good. This is still good. This is still good. I mean, look at this. This is great. More dynamite. So, your team sadly does the ranked classic where they decide that they're going to turn off the monitors the one fight that you actually turn yours on. But objectively, and no mincing of words here, this was the best strategy thing that you've done. And this is not just, they misplayed, otherwise this would have not worked. No. Do this. Every time you get the opportunity to do this, do it. Every time.
That was the exact opposite of what I was expecting going into this, but
It's a 2v1 for crying out loud. I mean, look, how long have these guys been playing with you, right? How long? I mean, what is this?
30 seconds or something?
At least, right? Okay, so it's already happening. But to be fair, there's nothing really happening here. So let's say, okay, fine. This matters right now. Let's say it starts to matter right now. It's really early, but in theory, this is helpful to your team right now. Okay? So the timer starts now, 5:22.
This goes on for a while.
I mean, my goodness gracious.
This goes on for like a minute 30 at least. Oh, by the way, it's we have another friend show up actually later on.
I mean, this is great. The only thing I can say here is that a slightly better mechanical player punishes these mistakes from them with kills because they're not playing this particularly well. So, from a strategy perspective, I have no feedback. Keep it up. Just kill when given opportunity. Get hit by fewer dynamites. You know, like right now, there is a world here where you could kill this Ashe potentially. Probably more reliant off the pulse bomb, but yeah, I don't have a problem with this. That's crazy.
Oof.
Like right there. That one's gonna hurt you, but I don't want this to be the thing that bothers you about this game.
Okay.
Because this is still fine. Same thing, right? Hurts, right? Yeah. Hurts so bad, but you should still live. This is ego. This is ego. I'm gonna be honest with you right now. Now it's a great play.
Blinking in for the.
Yeah, blinking in for the thing when you've got 3 on you and you don't have any more blinks. This is probably where I probably would have blinked back towards here, waited, and then just bought about 5-10 more seconds and then gone for the pulse. You understand what I'm saying? You just needed a little bit more time, and then this would have been fine. I mean, this is insanely valuable. Your clip, again, the mechanical consistency is like not enough of a prioritization on cover at times, and then these full clips are just horrific, right? We're just dumping bullets into the wind. But this is like insanely valuable. Just go for the kill there and recall. Yeah, I didn't quite get it, but yeah, it's just you just deadlifted. You freaking deadlifted your team. Like your team are like complete Neanderthals. I don't even know how your Kiriko died here. Why is she Suzuing? Oh gosh, this is just terrible. But I guess my point being is here is that you're effectively kicking your team or dragging your team kicking and screaming into a winnable fight when they have no business winning with how stupid they are. And it's the first time that we've seen that, and it just ends cataclysmically if we just simply lived here without resources. You know, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, this is great. This is great.
I'm glad I chose this game then, because it's like I was literally going into this thinking.
No. It's just pressure, right? Like it's simple concepts. When you're holding people's attention in the middle of a fight, right? Not before the fight starts, but you're holding people's attention for a long period of time. It's good. It's like that impatience with the Ashe Mercy again. No, it's good. Good. The crossing was bad, but good. More live, more distraction, more mid-fight stuff. Yeah. Your supports are idiots. You were idiots for the first 4.5 minutes. You did nothing, right? Okay. But now we're good. That was great.
What I'm getting from this is even when it's Seinfeld-esque, like ridiculous situation pressures.
Yes, because that's what you want. You want the 2v1. Anytime it's a 2v1 with no resources for an extended period of time, it's good. And I think it's also important to highlight why you're able to do that for as long. Why? You tell me. We just got done criticizing you for your backline pressure because you weren't doing anything, and then all of a sudden you were. What changed?
I mean, first reaction is to say I was just shooting people more, but then.
But you know, if you'd shot people more in the first situation, that wouldn't have helped, right? Because you couldn't reach them, remember?
I don't know. I guess it's just like there's an attitude shift from them. They cared more about me because it was
partly. This is what I want to draw your attention to. Do you remember when you were here and we were criticizing the back line? Why?
Because I was on low ground and too far to do anything.
That's it. Too far to do anything. Too far to do anything. Too far to do anything. When you're here, when you were, I mean, my goodness, like you played Ring Around the Rosie with these guys for like 35, 45 seconds. Why? Because you used the map. You were close enough to do something. This is why I was so critical of them going back and chasing you when they could have just walked back. They clear you out the first time, walk to here and take the high grounds that are difficult for you again, right? Same problem. Right. Instead, they had the hubris to chase you. I have no idea why, but that's exactly what you want them to do. The question comes down to what if they don't chase me there? What would you have done? And I'm not so confident in your capabilities there.
Okay.
And I think that's kind of my key point here. It's not that the backline play is bad or good inherently. It is just simply a reflection of whether you can actually close the gap when you're on backline or not.
Okay.
If the Ana is your position here, closing the gap to backline and approaching her here is effective, right? But being on backline here and tickling her is meaningless.
Okay.
You understand? And that's kind of the main takeaway here. It's all about closing the gap. That's your effective range, especially post-nerf, so you better make it work. It's not about backline versus frontline. It's about closing the gap. Make sense? Okay.
I think I was AFK for your.
Yeah, I think so too. Hey, see, this is what happens when you go second, right? Yeah. You kill the Winston. I love that. This lane is fine, but again, it's your positioning here is so strange. Okay, this is better. I was like, why are we so far back? Like, you can hold this lane here, you know, and then if nobody marks, you deepen. But this is not your effective. Okay, this is your effective range, right? There you go. Sure. Yep. It's fine. I mean, there's an argument here to where, like, chasing this Genji, if you don't get the kill, is really bad. Because if you don't get this kill, what are you giving up?
Lots of space. Lots of space.
Proximity, right? Lots of space that equals proximity. Because what do you think is going to happen now? Well, she's going to walk on main uncontested, as is Ana, and so on. So this is you cheating, as you mentioned earlier, but is an effective cheat if you just freaking kill the jackass, right? You didn't,
right.
So that's it. That's it. Kill next time, then no complaints.
Okay.
Now that being said, this is the real mistake, because what happened? You failed, now what? What should you do?
Go back to the angle that I had before and see if
anywhere, or a different angle. Just go. Because this is crucifying your tank right now, because there is no pressure from you anywhere. Right? We're chasing a Genji that, yeah, sure, he's there, I guess, but like we didn't even pursue him. We had to go back or something, like anything. Like this Genji, we're dancing around chasing a Genji that has long past not been an effective target anymore. Good clip. I was gonna say, please, no, not again. Get me off this wild ride, you know, like. All right, keep rotating too far. Keep rotating too far. We're chasing. You see it?
No.
That's not your problem. Where should you go?
Right.
Mm-hmm. Keep rotating. Get to here. Shoot monkey mob along the way. That's fine. Get to here. Don't let him angle here. Pursue from here. Hold the space here.
Okay.
Oof. A little far. Yep. Nice. We're not sitting around because we don't have a recall. We're progressing our space, right? Not playing aggressively necessarily, but yeah. I mean, even walking here and listening quietly. We have 2 blinks. Oop, gotta be careful, but, you know, do something. Oh, my days. Hold, trust your angle. Don't spot flies. You know, because it's not going to be enough here. You know, and now we've lost space. Shockingly, the Winston, when uncontested, or when pocketed by an uncontested backline, rather, does just fine. You know?
I fell for the Winston mind control.
Yeah, he fell for the Winston mind control.
The...
Yeah, seriously aggroed, right? You know? Again, if that's a 1 HP Winston, aka Genji, cheating for the kill, sure, it's fine. That's what your mobility allows you to do. Do I choose to duel effectively on my flank, or do I give up all the good position to get a kill? It's fine. But you better need a gosh darn good reason for it. I see nothing here that tells me this is a good reason. You don't even have a pulse bomb here. What should we have done instead?
Deepen angle right side.
Deepen angle right side. Shoot the Genji here. Or walk to backline. Either one, we're options, right? Either one were options. We took neither one. Take what your position allows you for. Good punish on the overextension here. Where should your next step be?
From here? Left side,
yep.
all right.
Left side. Lateral first. Close the gap without peeking them. And then we'll have all the resources in the world to fight. What are you going to do? Well, let's find out. Nice. 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 There it is. Nice. Good job. Focused on movement, not aim. We focused on rotation, not kills. And what happened?
And we got a kill.
We got a kill. Right. Very, very nicely done. Okay. I assume we're doing this to... Okay, you gotta be careful here. Wait. Okay. We're back. We're so back. Okay, we're fine. No problem. All right, what are we doing here?
I just like that. I like those tires. I guess it's just like
I guess.
Dopamine hit every time.
I don't know. Like, I mean, I'm looking at this here. This is like the most inconvenient rotation I've ever seen. If the intention was here, here's a secret: blink this way, and you're right there. Right? But you know what? This is like an inexperienced. That's fine. You know what? No, it's all right. It's all right. We got back there eventually. You know, a little late, but okay. All right. No harm done. It's like it never happened.
It's like those kung fu movies where somebody does like they do like all the fancy moves and everything, and then
Yeah. This is like they're like walking up a flight of stairs, just doing a backflip on every step. You know, I get that. Yeah. This is where I could tell there's so much insecurity about like
100%.
Where it's like
Cassidy is like scarred me mentally.
Like you hear Genji here and you're like, dude, this guy's gonna hit a couple of shurikens and just blow me up, right? And it's like, my friend, just walk, just shoot him a little bit. You know, if he dashes you, okay, fine. Blink back, force your recall. I don't care. But you need to let your presence be known on this angle, right? If this is waiting for backline and going for pulse bomb, maybe we hide. But like, we have full resources. He's on our lane. I don't care who this is. Like, I don't care if this is a Roadhog. I'm straight up playing with that guy, right? Now, I'm going to be respectful, but you need to do something. This fight is starting. This is a fight right now. You see it, right? We need to be doing something. We're constantly and chronically late because we're so concerned about, oh no, my value is going to get denied because they're going to pocket the Genji, or I'm going to make a mistake and I'm going to die.
Dude, I think I'm a KD player. Oh no.
I think you're a KD player too. You're chronically late and avoiding death. I mean, this is...
And then my Genji gets the kill because it didn't pressure him.
Yeah, I mean, what?
All right, his Genji, or their Genji gets the kill.
What are we doing? Like, I mean, maybe the fight's lost, but we could have traded here, you know? Like, we could have... I've seen Tracers in these situations go for pulse bombs and 2v5s because if they think if I can get the Mercy, then I can actually get 2 and die and screw up or help our recontest, essentially, right? I'm not saying that's always the best play here, but like you have literally done nothing this fight. And I think obviously we can make fun of like, oh, what are you doing here, right? But the real crime actually started here.
Right.
This guy's in your angle. You even heard deflect, right? So this guy's even down a resource and you just don't care.
I gotta start watching more awkward videos, dude.
Yeah, I mean you're on an angle, right? You got to keep see that this is the thing. So this is where I disagree with awkward, right? Like awkward has been a very much like I don't know how he coaches Tracer recently, so this might be slandering, but a lot of his Tracer coaching earlier was like kind of just playing more of a main conservative angle, and and then going for an angle mid fight, right? And then going in for really aggressive blink clips and then recalling out, kind of forcing value out of your recall. For me, when I see Tracer, I see Tracer with a heal station. And I'm seeing a messy, dirty, slow war of attrition on a Genji that you can sustain for a long time, aka spawn camp, right? And that's just immensely valuable for your team. If you could just keep fighting and dying and not dying, but bleeding and scrapping, and whether it's Winston or Pocketed Ash or Genji, just keep scrapping and dueling on that angle, right? This is a soldier with a heal station that's doing nothing. Right. You know, you have all this sustain through your movement and your recall, and we're just letting fights slip us by. You're not some assassin that jumps in backline and disappears, right? That's sometimes the case, but we're a character that has a lot of uptime on angles, right? So the difference between, I guess, me and Awkward, at least on a surface level, back in the day, is that Awkward preaches uptime and then angles. I teach uptime on angles all the time. Mm-hmm. I don't care if you have healing or not here. You should be able to sustain this for a long period of time. And I want to bring your attention to what you did on first point attack at times. How long your pressure uptime on a Pocket, Ashen, and Ana was when you were playing cover effectively. 10, 12, 13 seconds, right? Do that more. And then you get your recall forced, and you're still applying pressure, or staging, or setting up, again, to do it again. Okay. Keep going. We need your resources early. We need your resources often, right? We need value. We don't go in for a big one clip and then that's it. That's our contribution, right? Like right now, this Genji's overextended. This is a 1v1 with no help, in theory. Fight right now. Get this jackass out. Out. Good. Keep going. Good. Keep going. 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 Because we needed to close the gap, right? Right? We need to close the gap. Even now, we need to close the gap. This fight is not lost. Close the gap. What are we doing? Okay. Where should you go from here? This is too far. Not your problem. What do you do?
Blink to like Mega on low ground.
You could go right here. You could cross your lane. Alternatively, you could just walk to here, drop pulse bomb, blink through behind, go from here. This is fine. Apply, pray, cross your fingers. Make that Winston overextend and waste primal, and maybe through a miracle you kill this Ana, force a Valk, force a Bob on card. Maybe your team can find. There's a chance. What are we doing? Right? Like,
dude, it's like, literally just like being an ad.
I know this is a 3v1. I know. I don't care, right? You have full resources, right? Hold the line.
I'm still way late to this fight.
Yeah. See, I knew this was going to happen. Is wait for Mercy to leave and go for the kill. But the problem is by the time this has been done, it's too late because guess who finished the kill? The Ashe. You see that? Look at the kill feed. Look at the kill feed. Right? Look at the kill feed. Where should this Ashe have been? On you. You should have been bothering the Ashe. Right?
Okay.
So it's like you refuse to participate if there's any threat of death or there's not really a clear guarantee of like that target isn't going to get supported.
Right.
It's like that's just the nature of Tracer, right? Nature of Tracer. And plot twist, that's the nature of Genji. That's also going to be the nature of Vendetta, right? That's going to be the nature of Venture. Anything that takes off angles, especially more mobile characters, are designed to absorb attention because the position of the target is scary. It happens with Sombra. 225 Sombra with hack fires. You're a tank. And so many times. 225 HP, you're a tank, right? Where should you be?
Deepening right side.
Deepening right side. You chose right side. Now you could cross here. I don't like this side of the map as much for Tracers. Kind of goes to like execution versus choice. But yeah, go right side here. Now where would you go from here? What would you do?
I would like see where the mega health pack is, like all the way to the right. And kind of close to the team. I want to like either that room or the high ground above that room, and just be really careful about that.
Isn't that awfully backline? Yes. Do we care? No. Why? Because this is really good architecture for you. You can hold this guy's attention for a long time. You could live here forever. Do it. Sure. Look at that. Good. All right.
Yeah, it's.
I mean, this is fine, I guess, because there's nothing really happening right now, and there's nothing that's within accessibility. So, like, this is the difference between holding a lane passively and waiting for something to happen because nothing really is happening, right? What could you really do from here? You see it?
Not a lot.
That's hindsight. Maybe you didn't know this. Maybe you should have dropped and peeked a sec. But yeah, there's nothing really to do right now. They're inaccessible, so that's fine. That's like the equivalent of you being here and Genji sitting like back here and poking shurikens. You know, sure, fine. You just wait. Right. Wait for them to cross into your space. That's kind of the rule here. Wait for them to cross into your space. Okay. Now that's it. That's an encroachment right there. That's an encroachment. You see that? So what does that mean? Without looking, what is this Ashe Ana going to do? Or Genji, they're going to walk forward, right? Even just by a little bit. So there it is. Now, what you would do here is up to you. Do you really want to go all the way in here without pulse? I mean, maybe. I mean, awkward would say, you know, double blink, full clip, blink, recall, back out. Sure, that's fine. Works for me. I might say wait a little bit longer, be a little bit more patient, and start to apply pressure here. Shoot, blink to here, shoot, blink to here, shoot, blink to here, shoot, recall back, shoot, right? Sure, whatever, but pressure. It's just a little bit not the best position for it. Would have preferred going from this room just because it's closer. You understand? But honestly, this is not terrible. Like, you knew this Ashe was going to be pocketed and you went anyway. So, hey, maybe there is hope for you yet. See it? Merry Christmas. With or without dive help. Either the dive help comes on the targets that you're going for, or the brawl help comes by murdering the isolated tank.
Right.
Either the D.Va dies here, or the backline dies, from what you did. You moved. You didn't even hit a lot of shots. You just did enough and moved effectively enough to hold their attention. That was good. That was really good. They're encroaching, and there's nobody on your angle. What must you do? Well, I've got to deepen, right?
Deepen.
This is fine. This is fine. Yeah, this is good. There he goes. Even if he dashes there, he's screwed. Now you got to make a choice here. You go hard backline, which is tolerable, or you just immediately bail, go for something lower, slower, or just something crappy here because it's all the map gives you. Just commit. Whatever you do, commit. Commit. Use blinks right now. Use blinks. Go. Use blinks. You need to have 2 blinks when you're here, but we're sitting at full resources. We're wasting. Oh no. Now, I don't hate the concept of the spawn camp, but I'm not convinced that this team is backing off. So actually, in hindsight, this actually works out nicely because the new team didn't walk forward, but you didn't have confirmation of that. So what I would have done here is I would have dropped to walk, and then I would have turned around here and looked at my team. I would have seen my Winston going in, and I would have gone, okay, yeah, I need to kind of expedite this.
Okay.
And then I would have gotten here and gone, oh, wait, okay, I guess they're backing off. And then I would have gone back to target spawn camp. But this is honestly fine. We're going to be close to Genji. Yeah, good little clip discipline there. Oh, that is interesting.
Yeah, I thought he wouldn't turn fast enough.
Yeah. But look at the kill feed.
Yeah.
Good job. The spawn camping works. Just go. There's the urgency here. Go. Yes. You don't have recall, so you can't be as aggressive, but you do need to do something if the team is fighting, for the most part. Unless you're improving your position, right? Which, this is fine. Sure. Okay, good. It works. It's good. You use cover well. You blinked around. You caused a distraction at the same time. The single's not shabby. This is your guy. Do not lose this duel. Whatever you do not lose this duel. What are you doing?
I don't think I meant to fall off there, but after that, I was like, I'm not wasting recall to get back up.
Okay. I respect it. Oh, no. Look. This is what I mean by positional-based targeting, right? You fell off. Okay, my bad happens. What do you do? Well, I mean, shoot.
Now you shoot.
Shoot. No, don't be ignorant of this guy being here, but you need to do things here. We're playing Ring Around the Rosie. Okay? I mean, this is fine if we'd been here 3 seconds sooner, right? If we just committed to this lane here. Yeah. We're tanking. That's all right. We're tanking. That's all right. Kill feed. 4 people. 4 people. Who won the 4v1? You or Genji? I mean, Genji actually had a 3v1. You won it. You did, right? Now, this is stupid, right? You don't have recall, and this is too naked, if that makes sense. But this is good. Ooh, it's a little far. What should you do here instead?
Deepen through left side.
Deepen through the left side, right? Hold the space here. This is talk about using your recall time, downtime effectively, right? Using that downtime to close the gap without committing resources, but we're still holding space. We're still a nuisance, right? It's spooky. We probably should have died here, but yeah. You clutched it. You actually just deadlifted the second defense. You just did. It's really good.
Just that one fight?
No. Really what's happened like the last 90 seconds. I've been critical of it at times, but it's been infinitely better. The second that you move to here, it all went uphill from there. Or uphill. It was good from there, right? Okay. Whether it was actually harassing backline, whether it was, going for the Genji kill on cart, whether it was an attempt at a spawn camp that completely isolated their diva, whether it was marking the Genji on the 1v1, failing it because you fell, failing to rotate and apply pressure in time, but at least getting there to do something and to hold their attention while Genji was blading and then isolating him off. And then maintaining that attention for the next 30, 35 seconds. Okay. It's good. Confidence in your angle and holding their attention from that position. Don't cross lanes, stick with your position, hold their position. So if you want a mantra, take angle, do damage. Or threaten damage. Keep their attention. And what angle you choose or how you is all about proximity with Tracer. All about proximity.
Okay.
Any questions here?
How could I get better at timing? Because it seems like I have chronically late to the fight syndrome. So like,
I don't think it's a question of like a skill that you need to sharpen. I think that you're purposefully being late.
Oh.
And I think that's a misunderstanding, if that makes sense.
Right.
I think you were pretty clear of like when the fight was going on. Most of the times when you were late, you just chose not to engage, and that's something that you have to answer, right? Why are you purposefully not going? And I think it might be due to a misunderstanding of what your character can and can't do. Maybe you're too sexy for it. I like to get the one clip. I'm a KD player, like you were saying, right? I don't like when the target's pocketed and doesn't die. Guess what? That's just the nature of the game. I don't like shooting tank, or I don't like having to dodge. I like when the target's unaware of me and I can get a full one clip, right? No, that's just not how you play Tracer, right? Like sometimes you'll be given those situations, but more often than not, you're gonna take when things start to shoot, you shoot too, and maybe everybody overcompensates and focuses you down, and that's great.
Right.
That's being a team player.
So I'm not above anything. Like I should be getting my hands dirty and actually playing the game as opposed to waiting.
Get your hands dirty and rely off of your blink movement, which I actually want to highlight here. I know we've been a lot of criticisms. I do think that when you're focusing on it, your movement is your strongest mechanic.
Okay.
You look pretty good. Pretty good movement-wise. Keep up the good work. Like, I mean, I cannot tell you how many times that you've been able to hold people's attention, not just the spawn camping, because that one was funny, but even a lot of times on first point attack, they're a little bit towards the end, where you were like able to maintain people's attention and hold it without dying for a long period of time. Obviously, part of that's a two-way street. It's movement and the enemy team's mechanics, and as the mechanics get better, you're going to need to get better. But like, at least in this game, there's a clear gap between your movement and enemy's mechanics. Like, clear gap.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
So, take off angle, pre-fight, deepen or shallow. If there is somebody there that you can shoot or somebody fighting for that space, that is your job to fight them. And just get your hands dirty. Fight the Genji, fight the Ana, fight the Mercy, fight the Soj, fight the tank, right? Whatever is there is your responsibility. You're not above any job. And once you're on that, use your resources to win those duels, whether it's to force resources. And then the big one is that when you're down your recall, it's fine to kind of take the foot off the gas, find cover, grab health, whatever. But you really should be either continuing to apply soft pressure. By soft pressure, I don't mean from a distance, because that's just as risky, right?
Right.
But like continuing to carefully and cautiously manipulate attention. Or if you don't like where you're at, improve your positioning. At least if you're doing nothing, you're moving towards a better spot while you're waiting for recall. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Okay. Take angle, do things. Get your hands dirty. Fight for space. Make it ugly. Win 2v1s. Win 3v1s. As in, hold their attention for as long as you possibly can. And the key thing is when your backline plays weren't working is due to a lack of proximity. Not because backline plays are a bad play. It's not. It's great. Just make sure that because remember, when you're far away, you can't hold people's attention effectively because you're one shot away from just having to hide again, right? It's when you're able to blink through people, you're able to be reasonably threatening and also able to move effectively. Otherwise, you're not effective.
All right.